All right, friends, it's Timon. We are back with another video, and it's our good friend again. I am Longevity. Yes, the recruiting, I don't know what to call him, recruiting motor unit slave. Anyway, so he's got his filters on now. I mean, he's using filters, bro, because he doesn't want people bothering him about being so old, looking 95 at 60. That's the new 60 is looking 95, because stress ages you. And this guy loves stress, man. Eating food that's stressful, these supplements that stress you, doing exercise, chronic exercise, jumping around fields, stressing the shit out of yourself, man. Anyways, let's review this video. So, I Am Longevity says, muscle power and the real cause of age-related decline. I already know what the cause of age-related decline is. What he's doing. Stress causes age decline. Get it?
Hi there. July 22nd, 2025. In prior videos, I made statements where I said fast twitch fighters mean nothing. They are nothing. They are puppets. They are told.
They are puppets because stress is related to what? Age. That's right.
What to do. Fast twitch fighters are the last part that matter. They actually mean nothing. They are the puppets. Not the puppeteers. They are the puppets.
They're the puppets.
They do what they are told.
They do.
Then I also said sprinting means nothing when it comes to longevity because even the best sprinters, by the time they're 80,
they do what they're told. I try telling my type 2 muscle fibers to do something and they don't do anything, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Walk just like somebody that never exercised before, because all their training means nothing by the time they get to older age. And this happens to all the sprinters, and not just sprinters. I said this happens with any sport. There is no one single sport. I said this in my prior video. Here's the clipping. Millions of people did a lot of things. And guess what? When they got 75, 80, they're like cockroaches. Everybody ended up the same, including the best sprinters. I said this before. Including the best sprinters in the world. They slow down. Now, let me introduce you to a new study from April 2025, a 10-year longitudinal study on muscle morphology and performance in master sprinters. What this study did is this. We took 40-year-olds all the way to 85, I think it was 24 sprinters, elite sprinters, and they followed them for 10 years to see what would change. They tested their muscle fibers, their capillaries, their muscle mass, other things. So they followed these sprinters for 10 years. What do you think happened after 10 years with these sprinters?
What do I think happened? They're still sprinting, but they're not as fast as they were when they were younger. Okay. Yeah.
These are professional sprinters. Guess what? Their muscle mass was maintained. They type 1, type...
I love this. Their muscle mass was maintained. Now, he's going to correlate running is what maintains your muscle mass. No, it doesn't. Lifting weights or running does not maintain muscle. What maintains muscle is protein. Now, if it wasn't muscle, then the protein that you're eating can't maintain something that doesn't exist, that you didn't create. See what I mean? So any muscle these sprinters have, which most likely they probably got it in the beginning, just like in bodybuilding. Untrained, first training satellite cell fusion, and then they reached a myonuclear domain size limit beyond where the progenitor can donate any more extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. So there's no more muscle growth for them. All right, because they're not doing damaging sessions to try to get more muscle. That's the difference. Okay. So what do they have to maintain there? Nothing. All they have to do is maintain the newbie gains that they got in the beginning when they were untrained. It was a given. It's always a given. No matter what you do, you always get something in the beginning and then it stops working. So what's maintaining it? This guy's going to try to convince you that running maintains muscles. No, it doesn't. It's the food. The food. If they don't eat, they'll get skinny. They'll lose muscle.
Type 2A, type 2X was unchanged. The capillaries.
It was the type 2X. It was unchanged and all that. Why would it change? People used to ask me, how do you maintain the muscle that you have? I told them, I gotta eat. I eat protein. I eat meat. I eat a lot of meat. That's what maintains it. If I don't eat for a certain level, I know that it'll go away. So here's the thing. What does a person who's a carnivore and just eating meat, what do they need to do to maintain their muscle? They need to eat high fat. Okay, a person that's eating carbohydrates and eating meat, what's maintaining it? A lot of it's the carbohydrates, because muscle uses up a lot of energy. So to maintain your muscle, you're using carbs. But guess what? Eventually, if you keep doing carbs, decade after decade, it's going to deteriorate you. So you have to switch over to animal fat at some point. You understand me? You don't want to look like this guy, the mummy. And then you got to start using filters and making excuses. The new 60 is the new 95, okay?
Were unchanged. Everything was unchanged except for force generating capacity. What the heck does that mean? It means exactly what I said in my prior videos. Fast twitch fibers mean nothing.
Force generating capacity, a lot of it is based on motor unit recruitment, androgen receptors that will maximize this force production. First you recruit motor units, then you start getting androgen receptors where the molecules start binding with it. That's all. And there's ways to manipulate that. In other words, you could be in an anabolic growth state. You're eating at a point where you've converted the catabolic hormone to an androgen, so it doesn't have to compete with the myocytic androgen receptor, making you anabolic.
They are told what to do by the brain, by the process of contraction, okay, firing rates, rate of force development. I mentioned in a video, rate of force development. We all lose this. So you might look like you're fast, but you're not, especially in the starting blocks.
You may look like you're fast, but you're not in the starting blocks. Well, everybody's fast, not fast, whatever. They haven't gotten there yet. I don't know.
Force development, that's the explosive power you get on your first step, like in the starting block, in a sprint, okay? You lose this automatically.
Why do you think people take steroids in these sports? They bind with this receptor, giving them what? Maximum force production. So it's going to make them run faster. So it's like a shortcut. You rerouted it without having to build any real muscle, right? To run faster naturally. See, naturally to run faster, you need more type 2 muscle fibers. But these guys, they've taken a route, a short route, get it, a detour. They've detoured by taking steroids. And guess what? It binds to the androgen receptor, giving you maximal force production. See what I mean? Myocytic androgen receptor controls the strength, but not the mass of the limb muscles.
You might look like you're running fast, but you're not. So this is what these sprinters lost. And the oldest guy, from 85 to 95, I think he ran 12 seconds in the 16 meters at 85. And then, if I'm correct, he ran 18.6 at 95, which people would say, what are you talking about? He's 95. But that's better than what most people would do at his age. That's not true. That's not true. If you get a regular person that never sprinted in his life, he just exercised, maintained his fitness at 95, he will run just as fast as this 95-year-old. Let me break it down for you. An elite 25-year-old sprinter.
You think so, do you?
He used to race this 95-year-old. By the time the 95-year-old gets to the 10-meter line, the sprinter has already finished, jogging back, checking his watch, asking the older gentleman, hey, are you okay? I mean, I'm not...
95-year-old sprinter. Okay. Whatever.
Trying to make fun of the guy. I'm just trying to tell you how slow this is. The point I'm making is sprinting means nothing when it comes to longevity.
You gotta love this filter. Doesn't it make him look, you don't see all the wrinkles, the line, the skin sagging? It's incredible.
It's a one-dimensional sport. Look, all I want to say is this.
The phone keeps popping up.
Dimensional sport. Look, all I want to say is this.
Yes, what do you want to say?
Fast twitch fibers, hybrid fibers that Andy Galpin and all these people are pushing at you and selling programs to activate your fast twitch fibers. Wrong. Wrong. They do nothing for longevity. Absolutely nothing. This is only for sports. You want to train for longevity? You need to train the freaking signal. You need to train not.
Guys, for longevity, you need to train the signal. You want to know what you need to train? Your habits. That's what, your behavior. You need to train your behavior if you want to live longer. That's what you need to train. You need to go back and live like a wild human, like humans live in the wild. You need to eat like a wild human and live somewhat like a wild human, even in this matrix. But yes, you should eat like a wild human and live somewhat like a wild human like you would in this matrix. That's about it, okay? And that's going to equate to health, and that's going to equate to what? Longevity. Health equals longevity. That's all. That's it, bro. That's it. Everything he's talking about, this is, I don't know what this is, man. This is just ridiculous stuff. Maybe it's for YouTube.
Muscles, your neuromuscular system. That's what I do. I don't care about, oh, look, fast twitch fibers. No. I train that signal, and guess what? As far as I know, there is no sport in existence. Not karate, not kung fu.
Look, man, I don't know about training, bro. Look, you could say training. I lift eccentric overload. You could call that training. Eccentric overload training, okay? It recruits the most motor units. It does. It recruits the most motor units. And you bounce back bigger and stronger all the time after a damaging session of eccentric overload. It's a known fact, bro. It's a known fact, okay? You are not damaging your fibers. I know you. You're just an exercise guy, okay? You're adapted to everything you're doing running around in that park. So that's why what you're doing is not superior. It's not regenerative. It's not regenerative. And here's another thing. When I say live like a wild human or eat like a wild human for health and longevity, it means every part of that animal. You need to eat every part, not just the muscle meat. You need to eat every part, which will regenerate you. Why do you think Asians, they eat brain? Look how smart they're getting, these Asians. They're really smart and hardworking. They eat a lot of animal fat. They eat a lot of brain. Go to Vietnam, go China, go whatever. They eat animal brain. They eat the heart. They eat the liver. They eat the kidneys. They eat whatever. Man, they eat everything. All these, they eat all the body parts, the organs. They eat the testicles. Man, they eat the muscle meat, the skin, everything. They drink the beef blood. If you go Asian market, they got beef blood. They eat every part of that animal to be healthy. That's why if you notice Asians, you go, fuck, why come they have good skin? How come, they have pretty good health somewhat? Their only problem is they love to eat plants, which counteracts their longevity and health. It's counterintuitive to what they're trying to accomplish there. It's too bad. And eating rice, which has arsenic in it. So that, is counter to what they're doing. But like I said, they eat all the animal parts. When you eat just the animal parts, you're going to be extremely healthy. It's going to equate to longevity, okay?
Not jump rope, not basketball, not sprinting, nothing works. This is why I created something, and I don't even know if it's going to work. But I'm going by the science, by chaos training, unpredictable chaos training, and not chaos training that you see in sports, where you're not on a field. It's got to be in an unpredictable terrain, because if you step on a field, your neuromuscular system already knows you are on a field. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that part here. What I'm saying is this. Sprinting, Michael Keish, they bring up Michael Keish runs like a young man. No, he doesn't. This study proves it. RFD, rate of force development, 100%. When he comes off that line, if he was to race a sprinter, an elite sprinter, I said it before, he will lose by 30, 40 yards. I'm not trying to knock the guy down. He's fast. I'm not just him. All I'm saying is there's a big difference between 71.
What does sprinting have to do with longevity? He doesn't really explain it. How does it equate to it? He says, well, there was a study and these sprinters, and they found that they didn't lose their muscle mass. Was it from the sprinting or was it from eating food? Food is everything on this planet. Armies would be decimated if they couldn't eat. They'd be weak. Nations fall when they don't eat proper food. They fall. Every society has fallen because of what? Food. When they ate the wrong food, all their societies have disappeared. And we are disappearing now, too, slowly. This society's going because we can't stop eating the slave food diet. And we keep moving more and more away from a natural diet. And we're eating more plants than we've ever eaten before because it used to be seasonal in the cold part of the U.S. and Canada, Europe, everything. We all ate fucking seasonally, but now we're importing, bro. Get it? And these fruits and vegetables are filled with oxalates and toxins and sprays and shit, nasty things. And they're irradiated as well. They got radiation. You're getting a shot of chemotherapy every day, bro. It's just crazy, man. You understand me? It never ends. Now they're introducing marijuana on every corner block. It's in the US, Canada, Europe. It's all over now, bro. Get it? It's over for all of us. Even in Mexico, South America, they're introducing marijuana because of the US and Canada making it legal. And here's the thing, in my city, we've never had alcohol in the corner store, but now all the corner stores are selling alcohol and beer and shit, bro. It never ends, the poisoning. And this society's doomed because of that. They can't stop poisoning themselves. These coffee houses, when they started opening them, think about it. How many people have been poisoned? My sister drank coffee. She got cancer. She got stones in her gallbladder. Drinking coffee, bro, it's toxic. You understand me? It's the end of this society.
And 80. This is when it all happens, ladies and gentlemen, in that decade. That's the part I am getting ready for. You need to fight. You need to train multi-directions, multiple sports. All of it, from head to toe, every single motor unit, because one-dimensional sports, somewhere in your body you're losing the motor units. Like I said in my study, it's a pre-frame, DOI pre-frame. I'm waiting for peer review. It's like the circulatory system. You get a blood clot in your calf, let's say. For whatever reason, you don't even know it. You don't even know you got it. 6 months go by, a year go by, all of a sudden that blood clot messes up your entire circulatory system. That little blood clot in there. It's a closed loop system. And the neuromuscular system, your somatic system, that's where your motor unit system, is the same thing. It's a closed loop system. Somatic system, that's where your motor unit system is.
The somatic system, the motor unit system, yes, what about it? What about it, Tony?
Same thing, it's a closed loop system. One section of your body loses motor units or loses fast motor units, it will affect your entire somatic system.
Well, if you get hit by a car, there goes the motor unit system, man. Get it? And or if you crash in an airplane or whatever, or whatever, man, your life goes. There goes all of that. Okay.
Your entire system, because when a signal goes,
yeah,
when you make a movement, you're not just moving one specific area.
Here's the thing. If you damage your spine in any way, you're going to have problems with poor cord signal. And it's going to hinder you the rest of your life unless you figure out a way to get out of it. I mean, there have been people going to Mexico getting injections in their, in the disc to get the disc to expand again, to get it to stop banging on the nerve for a poor cord signal. It happens. But like I said, if you don't have a healthy spine, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do if you do not have a healthy spine. So you have to try to eat things from animals to make your spine healthy. See what I mean? Here's the thing. If you have a ligament tendon, eat ligaments. If you have cartilage problems, eat cartilage. Eat cartilage. If you have a brain problem, eat brain. Okay? If you have a liver problem, eat liver, whatever. Okay? Kidneys, eat kidney. Yeah, these things will your body will use them to regenerate your kidneys, your liver. But here's the thing. And here's the drawback for all of you. The problem is it's better to eat them raw than cooked. If you destroy them cooking them, then they're destroyed, right? What's the point? They're not effective. They're not as effective as they would be in their natural state. So you have to, it's a training, bro. I know you're a slave and you have to train yourself, man, all over again. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, bro. Get it?
You're moving a whole bunch of motor units around your body.
Sure.
It's called common drive, where your system acts like an orchestra. They all work in unison. Boom, you make the move perfect. One little area is messed up, throws off the whole loop. The same thing happens. Ladies and gentlemen, sprinting only works one dimension, straight lines. Okay? This study proves it. The fast twitch fibers, type 1, type 2A, type 2A, remain exactly the same, but they still slow down. How do you explain that? There's only one explanation. The signal is not strong enough. It weakens with age. That's what you gotta train, not the fast twitch fibers. They are the puppets, the puppeteers here. Here, the descending drive.
They're the puppeteers. They're here. They're here. The CNS runs from the brain down your spine, and then it goes to your extremities. You'll know if there's a problem if your hands start to go numb. Here's the thing. If your hands start going numb, I suggest you go see a doctor right away. Anytime you can't feel the tips of your fingers and they start going numb, your hands, that is already a problem with the cord signal from brain to spine. You're already starting to get something. Something's coming on and it's bad.
The firing rates, you have to train the firing rates because
You do.
the rate of force development comes from that.
Okay.
You can maintain all the muscle fibers you want. Squats, they tell you, do my program.
Sure.
You go ahead and do these people's programs. They train for sports.
Yeah.
I train for longevity. Anyway, look.
They train for sports. I train for longevity. How do you train for longevity? By eating healthy. That's how you train for longevity. Eating healthy and reducing all stress in your life. Anything that makes you stressful, cut it out of your life. That's how you train for longevity. This guy, he doesn't train for longevity. He trains for shortgevity because everything he does is stressful. The sludge that he eats, those supplements, the food that he eats, look at him. It's destroying him. And the exercise he does, it's all stress, man. You understand me? So it's aging him. That's why he looks 95 at 60.
Just wanted to let you know because the last video.
He's just as bad as Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson does the same thing, vegan diet and exercise. It says to you, hey, man, I'm going to live forever. You know what I mean? And he looks ridiculous. Brian Johnson looks old.
Videos when I said these things, people like got upset.
Yeah.
I'm hating on Michael Keish. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm giving you the freaking science.
You are?
And I'm living it.
Yeah, he's living it. He's giving us the freaking science. He's living it. Yeah, he sure is living it all right. Look at 95, bro. Going on 100.
Have a good day. I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Sprinters age after 80, just like an ordinary person. And it drops like.
Sprinters age like an ordinary person after whatever. They do. They age because they're stressed, bro. Get it? They don't age like an ordinary person. A person that is not sprinting and not stressing. Okay, let's put it this way. A person that is not stressing themselves out. Look at people that don't stress, that don't have stressful jobs. There's not a lot of stress in their life. Look at the way they look and compare somebody who's got so much stress in their life, like Tony. They look old, like Tony, 95 years old. See what I mean? So the less stress you put yourself through, the less you'll deteriorate over time. Plus, food also stresses you and will deteriorate you. So the sprinting people, they look old like the people that are not doing it. That's not true because if they didn't stress themselves out, they look younger than the sprinters because these sprinters, they look old, trust me. Like, look at Tony.
This boom, it's like a bomb.
Boom, yeah.
Because it's the force that you lose.
Force.
The torque. The torque, you lose this.
Yeah, but in eccentric exercise, you build that torque because that's the point of eccentric exercise. It makes you sharp on angles and everything, so you never get injured. The point is to protect you from getting injured by building muscle. That's what it does. And you go through a remodeling of these muscles. That's what makes them super strong. Get it? Like steel.
Good day. See you soon in my next video.
And he doesn't even understand that. He doesn't understand eccentric exercise or any of these things. So whatever, man. He's stuck on this broken record, man, of whatever. This jumping up and down and longevity thing and eating these concoctions. I'll see you in the next one. None of these things he does are going to work, but people love to confirm their fake beliefs. And me, because I tell the truth, it goes against people's fake beliefs. They don't like me. You get it? They don't like me. They don't like me because I won't confirm their fake beliefs. I tell the truth. It's unfortunate, but that's how YouTube and the world works. Okay? I'll see you in the next one. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I am Longevity Tony. See you in the next one, man. That guy's ridiculous.